Thanks, Clinton. All back? All good?
Yes, yeah, your host. Okay, cool. Enjoy
Okay,
your
thanks.
TR.
Thanks very much. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Second, let's share the screen. There we go. Put these guys back on the other screen. There we go. Okay, morning, guys. Just going to start now this morning. I've got a couple of trade ideas out. Be honest, one I didn't post on my VIP group. I'm not too sure of it. If you like it, well, it's post to everyone else. But this is the CAD CHF. We'll start off with this one for look at yours, Gerard. I didn't post it because I'm not keen on selling the Swiss franc. It was sent out thinking there might be a bounce here, and I'm not saying it's wrong. There could well be a bounce, but I'd rather sell the rally if it gets here than try and buy a bounce up when I don't think there's enough evidence to suggest that's a good case. But if you like, it's up to you. I'm not that keen. Okay, the other one I was, but you all got the details. I think it's actually started to come right. There's USD. Yep, start to come right. Good stuff. Okay, GBP, what was it? AUD, was it? Yeah, GBP AUD. Right. Okay, GBP AUD. Gerard thinks he sees a sell here. And asked my opinion on it. But I thought, let's start the ball rolling. I mentioned so many times the only way we can learn, we discuss. People just staring at the screen, the off chance it's going to get downloaded. We're not computers. We have to interact. And it's very important we get guys to see if they've learned stuff, have opinions. We're trying to get away from guys paying good money to get an educational package and then blindly follow a signal without having a clue why, where, or what. You want to be in control. You know, it's important for your future to be in control. So we want to see opinions, and they might be different. It doesn't matter. The whole reason why we have a market is different opinions. We didn't have different opinions, we wouldn't have a market. Okay, we're not dictatorship here, guys. So Gerard thinks a sell here. What do you guys think? This is a good way we can learn. Put it up for discussion before I put my little piece in there. Everyone must try and get involved here because, as I say, a lot of people just stare at the screen and they're coming back and making mistakes because they haven't quite grasped what's going on. Don't try trading with real money if you don't know what the hell's going on. It just can hurt, you know. So here's a chance. What do you think? Gerard thinks it's a bit of down. I think it's a sell. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a sell here. Let's see what you guys think. I'll wait for who wants to take this. You can unmute, of course, if you want to verbalize. Probably easier to do that. It's up to you. Yeah, I can see what you're thinking, Gerard. I just want to see if the others agree or might see some upside or leave it
Morning,
alone.
everybody.
I want to see what they think. Go for it. Go for it.
I think there's a good possibility of a sell there as well. I think it's on the right side. And everything seems right. So I would go for a sell.
Okay. Well, first of all, yep, the hell's right. It's the neutral zones between the 200 and the 50-day moving average. Again, if you don't know what that is, ask. If you don't ask, I assume you know. Trying to get people to interact. That's where they learn. Number two, it has reached, held and respected the 50-day, and it's come off. It's popped up again, and there's a bit of support there. And the 10 days seems to be holding at the moment. So there's some indication from downside on the daily. Yep, I see that. Let's try longer term charts. See what that's got to say for itself. Is there much meat on the bones? Plenty. Try a 4 hour. Let Cornet in. 4 hour. It's got a little bit of chip on the 4 hour, as you can see. A little bit of resistance there. Excuse me. It's going to about to sneeze, maybe. Don't forget, guys, if you are interacting, please do so. But if you're not, please mute. Sorry, if you are interacting, please do so. If you're not, please mute. Otherwise, the background noise could put us all off. Okay. Right. So that's a bit of a hiccup there. Let's have a look at the hour chart. Bit defensive coming in there. Putting that together, totally see the vision where you're coming from, Gerard and company. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to be a little bit like Zeph on this one. I'm going to wait for more confirmation. If this goes back up and respected here, how far away is that? Let's make sure it's not too far away. But yeah, it's quite a long way away, that. 50 pips a long way. If it respects that, yeah, we've got plenty of downside potential down to here. So we got plenty of possibilities, 200 pips downside. So we don't have to sweat blood about missing the trade because we won't get a decent risk to reward. That's one of the reasons I'm a bit hesitant, and with Zeph on that. And the other aspect is the AUD is a bit iffy at the moment, currency-wise. They've still got problems in China, and they're very much interlocked with the economy of China because they do a lot of trade there. The pound overall is a bit questionable. They're very questionable, their economy, because it's got a fairly high inflation. The only thing that's been propping it up is expectation interest rates. But they seem to be starting to get some control on that, but still a long way to go. It's a very high inflation rate compared to the rest of the Western economies. So the GBP is not exactly in that great a shape either. So it's not one, in my opinion, is that much stronger than the other. They're pretty even Stevens from that point of view. And so that could end up going number one going either way and not a lot of follow through. So I'm leaning towards the sell rather than the buy, but I hate to say it, guys. I'm sounding a bit of a cluck club here, chicken basically. I'm much stronger leaning towards leaving it for the moment. And if it does get respected after a bit of a bounce and more confirmation, or it might just break down more confirmation, I'll look at it with fresher eyes. So personally speaking, I'm going to stay on the fence on this one, but I'm not totally against it. So if you do like it and you want me to put the R up, I'll do so with pleasure. I'm just giving my opinion for the record. Okay. Selby likes it. Zama, it looks like, I think we're agreed on the sell, Zama. Hey. Yolanda, oh, hello, Yolanda, likes it as well. So don't see many buyers come in, including myself. So at least that we agreed on. Just I'm going to be a bit iffy on this one. All right, okay, let's have a look. So how important is to give opinions there? How far is that? 50, a little bit higher up. Ooh, I don't want to get too far away. Maybe there. 92.20, just around above the round figure, 1.922. And the TP we can take down here, 89.15, make it 89.20 for the spread, that is. Don't want to get stuck in just because the buy doesn't read the spread, even though the sell does. Now, why is that happening now? Hate it when this happens. 89.20. There we are. There you are. Plenty of risk reward. 115 Rand plus minus per 0.01. So if those want to take it, I'll put it down. I just because I'm going to chicken out. Them to say it's a terrible idea. But I'm not going to. Okay, so there it is. You like it, Gerard? Anybody else get a sell on this one? Just two people, because I'm not that keen. I won't putting out to everybody else. But if two people more go for it, I'm going to write it down, Gerard's idea, and see if I missed out or not coming into it. Anybody else other than Gerard want to do this? You're going to do this, Yolandi, Zama? No, Zama's going to wait. You can do this, Selby? You're going to wait, Selby. Are you anybody else going to do it apart from Gerard? Rambo G. Anybody else apart from Rambo G? Come on, guys. Didn't take that long to type out. Lone Ranger. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not going to put that down, but if it does, all right. You have full freedom to have the last laugh and poke fun at us bloody chickens, okay? I'll save just for fun anyway, and we'll look at it later on. Okay, thanks, Gertrude. That's why I need people to interact so we know what's going on. Okay, at least I saved it. There we are. Okay, right. CAD CHF, like I mentioned, I didn't place it on my group because I'm not that convinced I'm going to be buying the Swiss franc. The only good thing about it is if you have sold a couple of bought the Swiss franc and a couple of other ones, if you have a sell on this one, I suppose it could be in terms of a hedge, but that's really, really a thin reason for doing it. Um, it's come right back. I see the support there, but I don't see why suddenly might not break through that. And just because it's low, I'm not always in favor of that. Give it as a trade idea. It might be undervalued. It happens a few times. So I'm not saying it's wrong, but let's look at the 4 hour. I'm not getting enough confirmation. That's why I'm going to sit on the sidelines on this one as well. But if you like it, there it is. It's been sent to you. Yeah, could you actually good point. Thanks, Brian. Brian Biazi. Please, can you mute yourself if you would? It's putting us off the background noise. Thanks, eh? Please, again, guys, mute yourself if you're not interacting. You got background noise. It's very off-putting.
Sorry.
No problem. Thanks. And NZDUSD was the other one. I don't know if anyone took that one. That was my idea. So if it goes wrong, sorry about that, guys. This one's a sell at 83. It's on the, remember you got the spread there, 83 on this side. So you're out on this side. So it's only one, not 3 pips in profit. Don't forget that. We'll see how that works out if you liked it. If you didn't, don't do it. Those with knowledge will obviously, just a second, it's getting in the way now. Those with knowledge, and which we try and teach here, will have to check it out before they jump in. Remember, guys said, let me check. I might not agree and don't do it just because it's a signal. Don't say jump into it. And if you didn't like it, you'd leave it. But if you did like it, let's see, hope it comes to the party. Brenda's definitely kicking our butts. It's definitely kicking our butts. Yeah. Try to get some recovery, but yeah, it is. Remember, we took it. It was above here. Wait for the confirmation. We got it. And that's why we have stop losses, because the confirmation came in and then decided to come off. I think it's been pushed around a bit by sort of dollar and things like that. I personally think that if it starts dropping below 80.79, there might be a release by the Saudis to continue their pull back on production and extend it from December onwards, maybe to a little bit later on. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. We shall see anyway, but we're still in it. Got a decent size stop. So let's just see. That was hey, fine. That's a good idea of mine, GBP CHF. Well spotted by myself. Wouldn't you say it's Farney? I spotted that one well. Hey, what do you think, Farney? Is he still there? I'm teasing. It was his idea, not mine.
No. I'm thankful.
Yeah. Well, I agreed. I agreed. I could, but it was your idea.
Mr.
I'm in a slightly embarrassing situation here because I thought the Brent was upside and you came up with the you did spot it quicker than me. I'm embarrassed to say, and hey, it's doing well, eh? What do we get in on? Can't remember. Where's all the other stuff all over the bloody place? Paper everywhere. Not a one to find. The Ancient Mariner. You know that one? Written down. Anyway, got about 50 odd. There we are. 51. I think it was about 51. A little bit higher up actually. We got it around about this sort of level here. I think it was about 60 odd. Yeah, we got about 60 something, 65, 64. So it's 60 pips in profit. Your guess what I'm about to say next, hey guys? Modify your stop loss. Do not leave it in this trade in a loss. If something goes pear-shaped and you lose on the winning trade, I shall personally throw a virtual custard pie through the Easter at you, right to your face. Very, very strict punishments in this training, I tell you. So, yeah, so there we are. Make sure you have modified. Right, you're going to say, well, modified to what? Keep a bit of distance, make it one, tell you what, make it 1.1030. There you are. Modify it to 1.1030. You got a nice decent profit to get stopped out. And if you don't, and it continues to hold 1.1 and breaks further down, which could well do, it might get you TP. What a pleasure. Ruan Butter I mentioned, I can explain that better here. The volume comes from the signal. So you know what's in your account. Let's say you got 3 grand in your account. You know what you're prepared to risk. Say you're prepared to risk 250 rand. Well, if you get a signal that says it's 100 rand per micro, and you're willing to risk 250, what's 100, 250, 2.5 times? You can't have half a volume. So you'd go in for 0.02. Simple as that. The volume you put in what you're prepared to risk, and we give you the parameters. It's as simple as that. If you can't do basic arithmetic, this might not be for you guys. In fact, I don't think what will be for you, because it's a serious issue I've gone on about before in South Africa. You're virtually unemployable if you can't read or write and you're numerically illiterate. You've got to know basic arithmetic, and you've got to be able to read and write. And basically, got to have an internet connection, unfortunately, as well. Okay. So when you put in the volumes, you just put the volume. I'll do it quickly. All right. Let's say again GBP AUD, and you want to do a sell. Obviously, you put in the volume. Let's say you want to risk it's 100. Let's say it's 90 rand a micro, and you want to risk 270 rand. You put in there for 3 micros. You put in your stop loss and T by the signal. It says a sell, so you press the sell order. I don't what else? Yeah. Simple as that. Okay, moving on. Anyway, this is not a. This is guys. Please, you got to go to platform trade and get the basics. You can't possibly trade an international financial derivatives market if you can't take responsibility to know how to what button to press. Not being harsh, but please. I don't know what a stethoscope is, but I want to be a doctor. You know what I mean? Hang on. I'm trying to see new trades. Maybe NZD CAD. Okay, that's a good idea. We want you to be doing this. Good lad. Right. Look at NZD CAD for a buy. Canadian's a little bit weak now, but if that oil comes to the party, which obviously we're hoping ours, it might strengthen the Canadian a bit, which means you'll be selling. Remember, if you're buying one, you're automatically selling the other. And now you'll be selling the Canadian. It seems to be holding around the 82. It's in the neutral zone. Will it get some more downside? Could well be. Will it bounce up? Well, how much meat on the bone? Very important that, Ruins. Thanks. Yes, very important. You've got to know. I mean, the signal tells you what the volumes are. You just got to work out. And then the stop loss TP. Basic as that. And don't put a buy sell stop in if it's roundabout market or better than market. Why would you? Basics like that. Please train us what it's for. Right. It's 40 pips there. It's not enough, really. Look at these sellers come in for a 40 pip TP, is it? So it could be a bit of downside there, which means you'd be selling it and buying the Canadian, and you want to buy it. My problem is this: if you buy this, it's got quite a bit of resistance there. It's only 40 pips away. And you're going to be buying New Zealand, which is not that strong. Against currency at the moment, it's weakish. I'll give you a due on that, but I'm not sure how long that's going to be sustained, especially if the oil price starts to increase or any interference with the Saudis. I would not be buying this, that reason. Anybody else disagrees with me? Because that's, hey, Zeph, do you think I'm wrong there? Maybe Cornet's right. We've disagreed before, and you've been right, and I've been wrong, and I'm first to put my hand up. Like Tendulkar was the first to congratulate Kohli when he got his 50th century in ODI. First, congratulate you. Anybody disagree with me? Please say so. Do you think it's upside Corney's looking at as a buy? I don't know who's making that noise in the background, sorry, but please, if you could mute. We love little ones, but not right now. This is adults only. Yeah, I tend to think it's probably more likely a bit of downside. Not so we necessarily missed it. It's bound. It seems to be holding that bit of support there. If we put the stop up here, 80 odd pips away, down here, no, you'd have to take it down there to make it worth your while. But it's a possibility. But you've got to take it's got to go to 150 to get there. Yeah, I might get a bit of a bounce. What's happening on the bounce? Anything happening on the bounce? Look at a shorter term. Not much happening either way at the moment. Pretty dead as a sodding doornail, in fact, everything else. But if I was to do this, I'd lean on the sell as well, to be honest. But I ain't going to sell it there, that's for sure. I'll be selling it up there. I'm tend to be on the Gerard and Farney side there. Not sure. I'll wait for confirmation or as a bounce. Yeah, Zeph as well. So I think Zama. Look, see, this is what we want, guys. Well done, Zama. And Zama, I don't embarrass you too much, Zama, but we haven't been doing this long. And look how she's interacting because she's picking it up. Well done. Impressed actually. Yeah. Not trying to embarrass you too much, but just it's good for others to realize you're going to spend years and years getting there. No. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to do it at the moment, but I'm looking, might be a possibility of a sell around about the 8 to 8, if it holds above 82, gets about 82.20, and then starts coming off. I might actually look for a sell around those levels, stop above that peak there, and take it down to the 100 black moving average. Yeah, I hit my TP. I went in again. I did brilliantly on the whatchamacallit, on the CPI with a straddle trade on the pound dollar. Grabbed it, went screaming up, right through my TP, went up to right up to 1.25, and that thing's overcooked. Sold it down, TP 1.25, and got out. So I was quite happy. Should we look at that now, or do you want anyone to look any further on this one? Anyone going to support corner? I don't think so. I think maybe just hold 5 on that one. Okay, if you're not sure, by the way, that means don't do it, by the way. If someone says, I'm not sure, when in doubt, stay out. Remember the old adage? Or a bearing gulfish on the what? The 4 hour? Maybe. Okay. So for daily, you might miss the trade, so anything. But anyway, yeah, we'll wait on that one. GBP USD. Hope you're all good with that call. It's your idea. It's important that you're happy with that. Any questions on that? It's nice to have a forum. It's not just my opinion. It's vital, in fact. I'd have gone some trades in the past. I'm glad I didn't because the forum said, hang on, we'll wait on that. And I've agreed. Yep. I hit my TP 1.24. And yeah, I think it's possibly. What is exactly going to happen with the dollar going for? We've got the weekly claims coming out, jobless claims coming out at 3:30, sorry, this afternoon. That might have something to do with it. It's not the biggest on the planet, but it's there. See why I didn't do a PPI yesterday? Didn't have much reaction. That's why. A lot of people said, why did you do a straddle the PPI? Not enough meat on the bones. We didn't. Just as well. Not much happened. Yeah, I think there could still be maybe some delayed strength of the dollar. I find the dollar a bit iffy at the moment. Bit difficult to call, you know. Is it going to start going sideways? Is it going to strengthen again? If the call on interest rates even hint at discuss to bring them down next year, and even some talk about dates, that'll weaken the dollar. There's a lot of fundamental balls in the air on the dollar, so I'm very, very aware of it. But that apart, I think we could get a slightly more dollar strength than the pound, but I'm a bit wary of that. So I'm a little bit, well, a lot nervous actually, to be honest, to join it now. I did a brilliant straddle on it. Well, we all did, not me, but we did, you know. And then I decided to take a bit of a gap and sell it down at the high figure, which I didn't put out, but I thought that was more what I didn't want to do, and it worked out. I don't want to get too cute now. Yeah. I think, personally speaking, I'm a little bit wary of the dollar. Otherwise, I would agree with you on the downside. But if you're in already, fair enough. I trust you moved your stop loss. You can't lose on that trade. If I see anybody losing a trade when there's 70 pips on profit, I have a serious flea in their ear. Yeah. No, absolutely, quite. That's why we're putting it up, discussing it. We're not trying to get at each other. We're trying to learn. I learn from you as well. I miss stuff. Hey, Farney, a few times I missed, hey. Well, it seems to be holding it below there. TP down here somewhere. I think good chance coming back here. Make it a round figure. If you think it's going to break through below 1.23, great. But I'm just worried about getting over cute these days. Some I am with the dollar. So just make it a round figure. If it gets to 1.23, it might get a bit of a bounce move up. It might go further. You can always modify your TP. But I say make it 1.23. There you are. All good. Okay. Is Brent still giving? Let's look at something that was doing okay earlier on. AUD CAD. Does that pop back up again? Sure. Bloody hell. It seems to be not much happening here. It's popped back up. Isn't a profit just now? Now look at it. Popping around. We know about GBP CHF. Hallelujah. Well, bloody done. That is a nice one. See if I can keep below the round figure and continue downwards. NZD is hovering. Not much happening there. Brent probably hovering a bit as well. I'm hoping we're going to get some upside. We'll see. Ooh, down a little bit as well. Getting a bit smacked there. Sorry, guys. Oh, well. Happens. Sorry. Scratching it at the moment. Look for a couple of shares. Couldn't find anything exciting enough. Earnings season on some of them. So I'm going to be looking at shares again on Monday. I'm not going to be looking at shares today. I'm looking again on Monday. I've got a couple of ones that might be, but I've got a lot more confirmation for. I'll even discuss them. But maybe get a chance on Monday on the US shares. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was in the sell zone, but I thought it was a bit overcooked, to be honest. I agree with you. I'm sorry, Selby. I'm sorry, mate. You're right. I'm going to go long out. I just thought when it broke above on the, this is on the, sorry, wrong one, on the daily, it broke above there. I thought that was a chance we were waiting for to buy it, and the bloody thing came off. So it's not looking pretty. Yeah, maybe we're a bit, I don't, in hindsight, maybe we're a bit quick, but you don't know. If we don't take the trade, we don't know. But yeah, we're still in there. It might hold this figure. Remember the stop loss is down here somewhere, so it might hold. And I just hope the Saudis do. Well, actually, I don't. I hope we lose and the Saudis don't do anything because we want cheaper petrol prices rather than our little trades. You know what I mean? But yeah, that apart, yeah, we'll just have to see. Yeah, and Nas and Dow, I've been saying for a while. I think I think it's a bull trap, and I'm going to stick with my guns on that. Start with that. I think the 35,000 is going to hold, and I think even though it's in the buy zone, I think there's too much debt out there, too many issues, political issues in the states. Biden is now very unpopular. The eurozone is not that healthy. Pound we discussed almost certainly will lose the next election. The incumbent Conservatives, and to what the Labour, and they tend to move towards a lot less left than they were in the past. But I'm not talking left and politics. I'm talking about economically speaking, and the more tend to be traditionally more socialistic, and that's great. But unfortunately, it does require spending money rather than actually creating it. That's the problem. People like spending it. It's creating a bit of a pain, eh? And you need to create something to have it to spend, eh? And bottom line is overall international big picture. I think a lot of it's propped up by some good news coming out of the CPI, but I think it's euphoric, guys. I think it's more euphoria than really sustainability. 0.1% better than expected is not exactly a big difference. I think just grabbing onto the last a bit of good news. That's why I think euphoria is going to quiet down. It wasn't that fantastic, you know what I mean? And I think the market's a bit of. I think we're going to probably get a bit of downside there. Doesn't mean to say I say jump in and sell it unless you really want to be a serious Rambo on this one. But I think watch any longs on this. And if it starts getting negative news anywhere and we start getting a pullback, I think we can start looking to sell it down. But I think we have to be rather cautious right now. That's my think anyway. But I think the 35 is going to hold. That's a serious. It's going to be a serious risk if you do take it now. But then if it does work out, you get a decent reward. I think 16,000 was going to hold, and it nearly got there. So those guys who took the NAS on the straddle trade, nearly got to 16,000. You modified your stop, you'd have made an extremely handsome profit. The guys who did the NAS there would have done very well indeed. Well bloody done, those who did it. Okay. But I used the GBP USD not to confuse people. That was the vote in the trading room. Never mind. I did well on that. Quite happy. Of course, Mr. Chris Skierpers with his nimble fingers did 2 or 3 of them. I think they all came right. So you might have been stopped out now on the slight pullback and a modified stop loss. That being as it may, I still think 60,000 is going to hold 35 on the Dow, and I see this as a bull trap. I'm on for confirmation for downside. That's what I'm looking at. So, are we agreed, Gerard? You seem to agree on that. Are we agreed, other guys there? Farney, Chris, Zeph, guys who traded before. I'm not sure if Edwin's here. The guys who traded before for a while. Are we agreed on that? Or what do you think? Still see upside? Difficult to call that, to be honest. But I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back to 14,000. That wouldn't stagger me. Anybody opinions on that? Disagree? Agree? See a buy? See a sell? Leave alone for the moment? This is where we need to discuss. It's just purely my opinion. If I knew, then it wouldn't be an opinion, would it? Okay. Yeah, I feel so as well, Gertrude. Hang on. That's better. Yeah. Okay. So we're agreed, are we? Okay, fine. If not, please say so. We'll discuss. Might learn something. We all might learn something from it. Great. All right. Tracy be bumbling along. We'll see how they do. It is a GBP CHF now on the subject. Now it's battling to break through the 1.1. See if it can do so. Okay, gold. A lot of people got opinions on gold. What are they? I've got mine. What do you think? Do you see anybody see a trade on gold? I know exactly what I think. I take you've all got the I'll put it on anyway because I know some people don't have it. Just make sure you've all got the dollar index. And in the economic calendar, as always. Nothing particularly big coming except for the weekly, as far as I can see. I think something on the euro might be coming out. She's speaking at 1:30. Yeah, that's fair enough. The guard that is. Anything else? I think something come out the euro tomorrow. CPI on the euro tomorrow, midday. Need a bit of a damp squib, but there you are. Oh, yes. Don't forget, Roger. Trading support. There are my contact details, guys. Again, very important, only for funded accounts. And if you've got 2,500 or more in dollar account, just let me know and I'll add you to my VIP group, etc. Just need to let me know on that number. Don't post it on the chat line. Post to me directly to that WhatsApp number. If you haven't, I can't assist you. I can't add value. People underfunded, I cannot offer value. What can I say? Go 0.01 and 1 and hope it comes right. You can't do any more. I've mentioned this many, many times, and if people are getting this, trying to trade with squat money, you don't stand a chance. It really, horrible to say, I'm not keen. A lot of these brokers putting out, you can open an account for as little as 100 Rand. That's just, I don't think that's right. because it's not going to happen for you. Might happen for the broker, for what I don't know, but certainly won't happen for you. Okay, dollar Swiss franc. It'll have some effect. Don't have a big one. It depends how, like most of them. If it's a dramatic difference, yeah. It's not the non-farm. It's only the weekly jobless claims. It means more people are claiming welfare, so it's the higher the worse, if you like. But it'll have some effect, I suppose, depending how far away from the actual. But it's got to be radically different to have a big effect. But it's need to be keep an eye on. Okay. It's not something you get your knickers in a twist on, not like a CPI where the whole world's markets come to a grinding halt. Nothing like that. Right. Okay. Dollar, what's on the gold? Do this. Okay. No one seems to be really mentioning at the moment. Me, I don't see a trade on this. It's not just technicals here, even in the buy zone. It's more what's going to happen to dollar index and the yields. The yields in the 10-year note go up and the dollar continues upwards, then the gold's going to come off. If it turns around, comes down, then the gold go up. It goes in the opposite direction. Look at yesterday's candle. It can't make its mind up. If you want to flick a coin, buy it. If it comes up heads, if it comes up tails, sell it. Otherwise, leave it alone. Okay, that's my opinion. Selby, no, leave it alone for the moment. 1937 is a long way away. I assume it's a TP. Yeah, if it comes off, I put the TP around about that figure. Happy with that. Sell it there. Stop above. Long get risk reward. Do I think it's slightly more downside expected? Slightly, probably yes, but no way I'm going to put money on that. It's not. I like at least 65% comfort zone before I. 35% can be wrong. That's where we get trades wrong. But to me, I'm about 52, 53% downside, about 47, 48 upside. That ain't good enough. Practically a 50-50. That's not good enough. But yeah. Things could change. If that dollar wings anymore, even the weekly jobless claims would affected, and we can that'll push it up again. I leave gold alone. Okay, I think I sort of made that fairly clear. Dollar Swiss franc, that was Florence's idea. Was it Florence? No, it was Zama's idea. Got a trade on that one. Let's see how it's doing. It's doing okay, and it popped up as the wall seemed to be happening like that. Yeah, I'm sticking with the idea. I agree. I still remember if you got a Swiss franc and 2 or 3 others, don't go in again. We don't want having you 4 different trades in one instrument because then you're overexposing that one instrument. Something goes wrong with that instrument, you've got 4 trades in it to give you a kick. Goes right, of course, you're laughing. Okay, that was Zamba's idea, and I'm sticking with it. It's doing okay earlier on. I thought we're getting somewhere. Got down to 57. But popping around, a bit aimless at the moment, like a lot of things in the market lately. Been quite difficult to say the least. But yeah, I still like it. So if you haven't joined it, Florence, yeah, I'd be happy for you to do it. No problem there. You can use the same SL and TP and put it into your calculator, and you're getting a better risk reward because you're getting a higher price. I forgot what the price was actually. What was it again? 70. There we are. So you're getting a 15 pip better price. So if you like it, go for it. Yeah, absolutely. If you don't like it, obviously don't. Okay, I'll answer your question there, Selby. And yeah, well, I'm gonna bloody well hold on. Why not? Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, gonna give it a chance. Pops around. Doing well yesterday. But yeah, if you haven't got it, Florence, and you like the trade, yeah. Cool by the pool. Okay, just a reminder, guys. There's no trading room tomorrow. It's my fault. Maybe I made a cock up of the booking. I booked for 2:30. and they sent it back at 12:30. My flight from Durban to Joburg. I'm going up there to Joburg just over a week, so I'll be in Joburg next week. By the way, just out of interest and make a difference to you. And because I couldn't change the bloody time, I can't do a training room in the morning. Because clearly, I've got to get up to Durban and book in the whole toot. So so I'll be leaving probably about 9 o'clock from here, down in Nivongo near Margate. So clearly, I can't do a training room. And unfortunately, Clinton's got stuff on as well. So do beg your pardon. But tomorrow there won't be a training. We'll be back to normal on Monday. You can hound me with pleasure, Chris. Yeah. As long as you buy the coffee, as long as you're buying. I tell you how mean I am, Chris. I was asked once what I'd do about begging letters if I won the lottery. Do I answer? I said I was going to keep on sending them.
I don't buy the coffee, Roger. I buy the beer.
Okay. Oh, that's a better. Then we're definitely meeting up. Yeah. Hey, do you remember that old joke? They say, "We don't sell beer here. Boo! We give it away. Hooray!" Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Right. Fine. Yeah. It's Christmas, early Christmas do going on for the office, and then I sort of get up Joburg. I'll stay up for a few days and fly back the following Sunday. Okay. Where were we? Dollar Swiss franc. Yeah. If you like it, I'm happy with it. Go for it. Better price. Please remember, guys, if it says sell at 88.70 and the price is 88.85 or whatever, you're getting a 15 pip better price. So you would not be putting a sell stop in. You'd be going in at market because you work the figures. You might be able to go in a bigger position for the same risk because you're getting a better price. Remember that. You cannot pick bottoms or tops. Just remember that. You've got to take an overall view. Where it's going to go in the next 10 minutes, nobody on the planet Earth knows that. You have to go to maybe an Andromeda galaxy for a superior human intelligence to find that out, but nobody knows. There's millions of people trading in and out all the time. Where that next pip's coming from could go to 90.88. I have no idea. Nobody does. We take an overall view. Don't forget that. That's why it gets mind-numbingly traumatic ups and downs the market, which plays havoc. That's why I don't stare at the damn thing all the time. Unless I'm a scalping trade. That's another story. Okay, righty. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Any trades you're in? Anyone you want to discuss? Anyone clarifying? This is the forum. Give me the material to work on and I shall assist you. Or Churchill once said, give me the tools and I'll do the job. ZAR. Yeah, we won't send a ZAR trade out, guy, just to remind everybody, because not enough people realize higher margins and exotic and higher costs. So if you don't know all that, leave the ZAR alone. Those who do know and understand the ramifications, yeah. Yeah, I seem to be backing to get going, but I'm not a great believer we're going to, unless something radical happens to the dollar, which will send the ZAR down to 17 something or other. I think we're going to, there's too much bad news going on at the moment. We've still got problem with electricity. We've still got problems with transport. You name it, we got them. Potholes, you name it, we got them. It's quite an achievement to get everything wrong when you're ruling a country, isn't it? So I'm not talking politics, it's so emotional, but I think even the mother and father ran a setup like this must be a bit doubtful of their son. This is quite an achievement to be that bad, eh? Yo. So yeah, until they get rid of all these criminals, I'm talking literally these gangsters, you know, and I think a lot of mafia or whatever. I'm not too keen on buying the rand, so I think there's a good chance. I think I see upside there. Yeah. It's okay, you're right. Yep, go for it.
Thank you for everything so far this week. So we'll chat again next week. In the meantime, if your eye catch something on shares, it will be grateful. I think I will excuse myself because the Proteas is going to start
Oh,
now.
yeah. That's a good point.
They
Thanks.
choose to bat. Have a good
They
one.
chose to bat. Oh, brilliant. Let's Cop must get a century. He's a bit of a hero of mine. His last World Cup, he must get a century. But I don't want to be negative, Farney. But even if they do beat Aussie, I think they're going to have an uphill battle against the Indians. The Indians just seem to be playing another game at the moment. But yeah, let's see how they're doing. Quinton, get your century. The others must do the same, but yeah. And I hope Bavuma comes right, because he's been under a lot of pressure lately. Handled it quite well, I might add. I hope he comes right. But come on, the POTUS. Good point.
All right, let's see what's happening. But I think by Sunday we're all going to drink Indian ale from the brewers.
I'm afraid I agree. I'm sorry, guys, but facts are facts. Emotion, we all know we want to support, but we've got to face up to it. Yeah. These guys are not winning; they're thrashing. I mean, this every single time at Coconut, it's unreal.
No, it's true, but they also have the advantage of home ground, so they know all their pitches,
you know your
how
cricket.
it's been prepared, everything. So
you know your cricket. They, as I say, if it was played Australia or South Africa or the UK, different ball game. That's the advantage of home ground. They in the past they're very beaten on the home continent, in the subcontinent at home, you know, and now because they got more fast bowlers in the past, just excellent spinners, but now they can sort of produce the wicket to suit their bowlers. And Kohli has come to the party. He's in form, and they got the other guys in form as well. It just comes through at the right time. And you're quite right to say enormous home advantage. So yeah, I think you'll be drinking Indian ale. I'm sorry to say, but unless you all get stomachache.
Yeah, let's see. But thank you all. Have a good one. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Good stuff. Cheers. I was enjoying that. I've sort of got to go to boring old economics again. No, that's what we're here for. Commentary committee, that's right. So that's right. Came out and they actually admitted they'd been fiddling around with Iran. Is there any stop to this unbelievable? I think it's a worldwide. We're talking about South Africa. I think it's worldwide. If you can get away with it, forget ethics, forget the rule of law. If you can get away with it, do it. The only thing is don't get caught. Seems to the sort of the moral standard of today's thinking. Hey, duty and standard of the past, the older days, 80, 50, 100 years ago, that seems to be sort of forgotten, eh? Yep, actually admit it. Okay, yeah, so if you, I see some upside here, yeah. But don't do it unless you know what you're doing there. Leave it. Okay, you're a CHF. You want to buy it? You're a braver man than me. Whoa. I'm going to be up front on this. I've got to be honest with you. I'm in a short on this one. I've got to state that. You know, so I'm seeing it because I'm not exactly unbiased in my comments. I'm in a short on the Euro CHF, so I'm going to be obviously biased towards the sell, and you want to buy it. Even so, let's say I'm not in it, I'm still probably wouldn't be too keen on that. At this stage of the game, I'm not keen on selling the Swiss franc. The only ones we'll be doing, guys, is the US CPI and the non-farm payrolls. Two of them once a month. The others we won't because there's not often enough meat on the bones to make it worth your while. We've looked in the trading room at straddled for the Euro CPI the last few times, and it's ended up as absolutely a damp squid. Not much happening, not worth the hassle. So no. Okay, just so you know going forward, guys. Yeah, so I'm holding. I'm not sure. I think I'm just slightly down. Have a look at it. Yeah, I'm slightly down. How many pips down am I? I'm 15 pips down, but I'm holding on. Yeah. But no, I'm still gonna. Well, I'm clearly biased, but I prefer the short. But remember, guys, whether I like the short or not, if you're into 3 other Swiss franc products, buying the Swiss franc, a fourth one means you're overexposed in one currency, as mentioned a few times. And always remember, when you enter a trade, make sure you've got enough free margin after you've entered the trade, not before, but after. It's no good having a million in your account, 990 on the 1,000 on 10 trades on the market with 10 grand free margin. you're going to get margin calls on the ups and downs of the market. Make sure you've always got enough free margin. The margin level for a margin call is actually 80%, which is slightly, you can go slightly minus free margin, but why do that? If your margin levels drops below, let's play safe 100%, you need either put more money in your account if you want to maintain the position or start making a plan to cut it or do something. But certainly don't take extra trades. These are basic one must know. And people are trading without understanding that. They're going in and they're putting trades, even on pending trades, which cannot be, even if it's hit, it cannot be taken because the size is incorrect for the balance they've got. I've seen guys put 0.1 in on 500, 600, 700 rand account. First of all, that's far too small to be trading with. And number two, you'd never get that filled. You don't have enough margin. And they don't understand why. You cannot trade if you haven't understood the basics. Well, you can, but you'll end up, upset on the sorry side of it. You must understand the basics. Enough free margin, the pros and cons of leverage, what it means, and etc. Those have to be understood. Otherwise, you're driving a very fast car without understanding the speed you're doing, and you know what I mean. You must know those. It's very important. That's what the lessons are for. The classes are for.
Roger, can I ask something? Perhaps this is a Dorf question, but we're in a sell on USD CHF. So basically, we are saying that either the Swiss franc was strengthened to push that specific pair down, or the dollar must weaken so that it goes in the trend of our sell.
That's
now,
correct.
we had said yesterday that maybe we must look at USD ZAR as a buy.
Yeah.
Are we not conflicting ourselves by saying we want one USD to go up and one to go down? Or is it also in relativity to, if that's the right word, that the strength between the USD and the ZAR are a lot different to the strength and the USD CHF, that the one won't push the other one down as far? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Of course it does. Yeah. I think you're just asking that question for clarification because you're more or less answering a question. Yeah. First of all, the Swiss franc and the ZAR are two completely different kettle of fish. I'm going to say if you had enough money to retire on, would you rather have it in rands or Swiss francs? I'm asking you guys, what would you rather have your retirement money in, Swiss francs or rands?
Francs, obviously.
Obviously. Thank you. You see my point? Number one. The other answer to that question is sometimes it might be a slight hedge. I'm saying don't even as a great currency, 4 trades in one currency going short or long, you're overexposing that currency. But if you had 3 trades going short in the currency and 1 trade going long, that's not 4 trades in one currency going the same way. It's 3 going one way and 1 going the other way, which might add a slight hedge. That's something else to look at. But the reason being is, even though it's in the sell zone for the dollar ZAR, I think it's undervalued the way it's going to go. And I'm not that keen on the ZAR for obvious reasons. I mean, you've been hiding if you don't know the reasons why. And as basically, the ZAR is a pretty, shall we say, not the world's strongest currency, with the Swiss franc, without doubt, if not the strongest, it's certainly the most stable, if not the strongest. Completely different kettle of fish. But otherwise, you're spot on. It's always a question if you see buy the dollar buy the dollar euro and sell the pound dollar. Hang on a minute. I'm sorry. Buy the dollar rand and then sell the dollar on the other one. You'd question that. There might be a good reason for it. But normally we like to stick with it. And I don't like to sell the Swiss franc. I like to be buying it. And the dollar is a bit iffy. And that's why I'm more confident with buying the dollar than against the rand. The others I'm a little bit shady on, but I'm not saying it's wrong. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant on the GBP. Just as that ZAR's my slight differential on that, because I'm sorry to say, guys, we all know the political system situation we got over here on the, well, not so political, economic situation we got over here, and it's not pretty. I think in Eastern Cape there's more people unemployed than actually got jobs. That tells it all. You know what I mean? Over 55% are unemployed there. But it's not a nice picture to be in. Lack of skills as well. A lot of guys are unemployed simply because they don't have the skills, even though there was a job there to offered. You know what I mean? Education is a hell of a state, but people are leaving the trick without understanding the 3 R's, if you like. You know, people in their teens not being able to read for meaning at basic levels. Those all adding up to an area of a lot of worries going forward. It's not me saying, it's Naledi Pandora as well saying the same, and she's highly respected. So it's not just my little voice saying that. So yeah, yeah, it's that's the reason. I hope that's all clear. It's a bit long-winded, but I hope you got it now.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah, I agree with that, Gertrude. Yeah, but I don't want to overexpose the Swiss franc. But yeah, if you haven't got anything else, yeah, absolutely. I'm in that one as well. I think I'm doing okay on that one, actually. Might be a bit late to join you. That's my only issue. I think trade levels. Am I out? I was definitely in this one. Am I out? Well, it must be out. Okay. Maybe hit my TP or something. I don't know why I'm out of that one. Anyway, yeah. It's come down to a bit of resistance there. Maybe I modified the stop. I can't remember much out of that because I was in before. Definitely a profit, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, I agree. How far? On the daily? Yeah, make sure. Yep. See, always check because that looks like a hell of a long way. Actually, it's only 50 pips. Maybe put the stop there, TP down there. No, it's not going to work. You can aim down there. I'm aiming sort of down there, 100. So you want to be doing about 70 pips stop. You can maybe put a stop up there. It might get a bit of a bounce and a resistance. What's it doing on the weekly before we go to the shorter term ones? Bit of decision there. Popped up, seemed to be holding a bit there. Bit of resistance there. I think it might get a slightly better price. You can get it a little bit higher up. Maybe you can set it around about this level here. And then you put your stop above here and your TP down there and get a risk reward. But yeah, make sure you got enough free margin and you've not got several other Swiss franc opens. The Swiss franc is the one we're pushing a little bit at the moment because it's the one stable, strong one we've got. The others seem to be politically maneuvered all over the place. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that, Gertrude. But I think maybe if you get a better price. Okay. Okay. I'm not entirely thinking it's wrong to go in now, but you will have a tighter stop. It'd be nice to have this tighter stop above November's high. I'm not keen on very tight stops. The noise can knock you out. And then if it goes the right direction, you're fed up. Understandably so, I would be. Okay, right. Just a quick recap on anything. GBP, the others seem to be coming to a grinding halt for what I've seen there. Brent still giving us a lot of jib. In fact, just the only one GBP, so wrong one. Is the one that's playing the best so far. Our good friend, the Swiss franc again. Still battling to hold below 1.10, but it's not getting much push. It's getting a little bit of buyers coming in, but maybe the sellers will hold that in the short term. We'll see. But anyway, we're in a profit if you've modified whatever happens. If you've got this one, you should have your stop in a profit. So whatever happens, you're going to make money. Good to have that situation. Good. Right, guys. That's me completed going over that stuff. You've all got the number of my number. You've all got the economic calendar I've posted. If you haven't, let me know. You all got the dollar index. Any questions? Anything you're not sure about? Chris asked a question there. Is it Doff? No, it wasn't at all an important question. So don't have a problem. And why should he have the nerve and you don't? Clearly, everyone has an equal right to ask questions and we'll all assist. That's what we're here for. We're nice guys. We're here to help. Okay, Mike. Catch you next Monday. don't forget, as mentioned, no training room tomorrow. We'll restart on Monday. Flying up to Joburg for our Saturday office due, and then I'll be staying in Joburg, doing it from there. This TR. As I mentioned, Unati, I'm expecting there's a bull trap. I'm expecting downside, but I'm not so sure I'll be jumping in as yet. I'm just not sure. It did try to get to 16,000. Did try to get to 16,000. I think came just slightly shy of that round figure. Just 15 pips, which is nothing on the NAS. Shy of that figure before coming off. I'm not comfortable enough to sell it at the moment, Unati. Not at all. But I'm certainly not going to be buying it. I'm going to be a little bit circumspect. Maybe wait for opening 3:30. Sorry, 4:30. Beg your pardon. 4:30. See if any action comes here. But yeah, the weekly claims are coming out in the US. 3:30 might get a bit of direction there. But I'm looking at possible short. I think the Dow, the NAS, the Dow at 35 and the 16,000, the NAS, I think it's going to be the high. I think it's going to come off. Not good enough to put a trade in, and it will again be affected by any movements on the yields, the dollar, strength or weakness, or anything else that could affect it as well. But I think it's just a bit overdone. I don't think our market worldwide is that great. It's gone up since October. It's only a month. It's gone up by nearly 2,000 pips in just under a month. So I think we're due for a pullback, nothing else. Okay, and I think it was an over euphoric reaction to the. We did all right out of it, but still a bit over euphoric action to the CPI coming out. Wasn't that fantastic a difference? I think it was just good news they overreacted to. Right, GBP CAD. What are my thoughts on it, Darby? My thoughts at the moment, I'd leave it alone. It's right on resistance, but I'm looking to either sell the rally, in other words, sell a higher price or sell a breakthrough, something like that. But keep an eye on it. Maybe look for a confirmation. If it bounces up, I might look for a sell on it up higher up. If it breaks through the 100, see what it's doing, I might look for a sell. I'm not that keen at the moment of joining it. How far away is the stop if you do? 1,800, 180 pips. It's too far away a stop. Then you got to put down the TP of about down there. It's got to go through that resistance, that resistance, that resistance, that resistance here, that resistance, and that resistance to get there. That's asking a heck of a lot in one shot. Okay, so at this price, I would be leaving it alone. That's my thoughts. But I wouldn't be buying. I could bounce actually, but I'm not that keen on the pound at the moment to buy it against the Canadian. So I'd rather sell a rally or stay out. That's my opinion, Darby. Okay. Oh, you like my laugh, my naughty laugh? I haven't actually. I did this morning. I forgot what I thought, but obviously not much. I'd have mentioned it. Just make sure the info is there. All right. Well, what do you want to do with this, guys? I know exactly by 1 second what I want to do with it. What do you want to do with this? Do you want to buy it now? That's exactly what I think, Zeph. See, just look at that. Whew, you're joining a bit late there. Goes much further. It's starting to bounce. Let's remember the intervention might come in. What's the dollar yen doing? That's the weekly, pretty high. Look daily, probably a bit better there. You know what I mean? Might get an intervention. Do you want to join at that height with a possible intervention? Definitely wouldn't be buying that. On the sell, might come off, but why would you want to sell it? Maybe come off and buy it. Wait for intervention. I don't know. Yeah, I tell you what, my opinion, it never reached that 152. Do what Chris did. He might have pulled his sell limit. And maybe put it maybe a 150, 170. What's the dollar yen? Sorry. Sure. Bloody hell. Oh, yeah. Right back in these days, we're talking about 14, nearly 14 years ago, was up there. I think you're pushing your luck there. How far away is that? 307, just a monthly charts away. Yeah, give me a second, guys. Yeah, I think probably like to get a bit of pullback here. What was, just give me the figures again. 164.28. Sure. Any intervention that'll come back. So my thoughts there, push your luck to go such a very strong trend to sell it now. I think you totally missed that bloody ship to buy it now. If anything, if you really want to be a hella presumptive, very aggressive Rambo, maybe sell it down, hoping that a bit of a pullback, profit taking, fear of Japanese intervention might pull it back a bit. If I was going to do it, that's probably look at that likelihood. Otherwise, I'd definitely leave that alone. Yeah. Euro dollar, I don't see much happening there actually. Lagarde speaking again today. They've got CPI tomorrow in the Eurozone. Eurozone's picked up a little bit of strength lately, actually. The dollar's pretty iffy. The euro dollar is by far the most traded instrument or symbol in the world by far. That one instrument traded per day outweighs the entire world stock market, give an idea of it, because it's the two largest economies on the planet. Having said that, what's the range like? Not enough range. Look at that daily range now. What are my thoughts of euro dollar? LIA, Unati. I don't see anything on the moment there. Remember, if you buy this, I know it's in the buy zone, you're selling the dollar. The dollar might pick up a bit. There's too many ifs and buts. I know that's majority of trading. He probably knows, guys. Out of all his instruments, most of them are leave it alone territory. So we don't, it's not a question of things. So many to choose from. There must be plenty of trades, not always thus. And this one is one I would be avoiding at the moment. Trade it more than just about anything else. No problem with trading it, but the moment, no. Depends what happening. Lagarde speak today and the CPI tomorrow. Going into next week, hopefully we might get directions. The best I come up with on that one. But I get back to your JPY. Yeah, I agree with Zeph. It might be a bit presumptuous to go in now. That's highly risky. Don't put that as a trading advice, please, guys. But if I was going to do it, that'd be the kind of risky trade to look at. Maybe worried about an intervention, etc. And it starts to go around steam. And we're talking about higher than that going back 14 years ago. So, yeah. Any big intervention again, sorry, guys, they really spent a lot of money to frighten us off. But then we just start selling the yen again and buying the other side until we get it. Look at the CHF JPY. We missed that one yet again. It just continued to climb. Look at it now, 170, eh? So you get my point anyway. You're only buying near the floor, and that's to me is getting close to the bloody ceiling. Don't mean you sell it as a pullback. It's a strong upward trend, but wait to get a better price. But yeah, I hope he's going to go a heck of a long way back before I buy it again. I'm very nervous these heights at the moment. You think got a nice long? I don't know what you mean. I'm thinking the Euro JPEG got a nice long S&TP, nice ratio. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. So am I going in now? Oh, I see what you mean. Talking about a short. I see what you mean. Wow. Okay, Christmas Eve. You're putting a 400 pip stop loss. Most of the guys here won't have that kind of money to be able to trade a 400 pip stop loss. I'll show what I mean. Just spell it out in figures. See what I mean? You're talking about 500 Rand per micro. So the guys below in the region about 10 grand, 9, 10 grand won't be able to trade that. Just too overexposed. Well, the Japanese, if it gets right up there, no, I agree. It's actually got enough money for a long-term trade. You might say, I'll put a stop loss. I've got enough money. I'm going to have a long-term trade, nicely protected. I'm going to hold on for 2 or 3 months, maybe 6 months. I don't know. Fair enough, but otherwise, no. But you see what I mean? It's no, leave it. You do what you like, sure money. Okay. Any questions, guys? New guys in here? Are we good? We getting any value? We're not getting too confused. Anyone just want a little bit of clarification? You know you're welcome. Don't get frightened. Everyone started sometimes. No, it's not that bad. Now, it's a bit overdoing that stop there, my friend, but it's up to you. Anyway, must be 1, 2 new guys there. Think, any comments you'd like to make? Anything you feel still a bit confused about? Maybe we can clarify quickly with a simple answer to the question. Who knows? Okay, it's a bit close that. NASDAQ is extremely volatile, and often on opening, you get sharp moves which might stop you out. You've got to stop at 840. That's about 60 pips away. Remember, 60 pips could be taken out on 3:30 opening. Because remember, a lot of players come in what we call the spot price, not the futures price or the forward pricing. And that opens then. And they have large positions. They might want to open and close. They call it crossing, uncrossing on opening. And they can often jump, and it's happened quite a lot, 100 pips or more on opening within the first few seconds of opening. And that will swallow your stop loss in before it finds a bit of a direction. Trading with such a tight stop on the NAS is asking for problems. Is get stopped out at a perfectly good trade, and now it comes down and hits your TP, but you're not on board. You're stopped out on extremely high noise. This is a very volatile, very noisy instrument. You need your stop on this one at least at 16,000, maybe a little bit higher, and resultants of what you call it, a smaller position volume. Very, very tight. It's up to you. It's your money, but I wouldn't be trading with a what's that now? It's about a 50 odds pip stop. That's crazy. 50 pips often even quite tight in currencies, but it's far too tight on a NAS. This is very volatile, United Company. Now, if you want to trade this, you've got to put above the previous high, maybe just above 16,000, and maybe take it down to maybe, I don't know, 15,000 or something to start off with. Thank you, Zama. Okay, Zama, great stuff. Let's see you next week. Okay. Be aware of that, guys. That's why we have a micro index. If you could put 60, 50, 70 pip stops the NAS, we wouldn't bother with the micro index. Everyone could trade it. It's because of those wide stops. It makes it too expensive for people of less than 5 grand to trade. Hence, we put it in the micro, gives them a chance to play it. Okay. Don't be trading the Dow or the NAS with 50, 60, 80, 90 pip stop losses. It's far, far too tight. It's a different instrument, different volatility, etc. to currencies. Need to learn this. You come along with the trading as well. The different problems on commodities, on shares, on indices, and on forex currencies. Okay. Okay. Hope that's all cool. Not sure. Ask repeat. Bit of a bounce here. I hope it's not going to continue too long. Anyway, still in. What was the AUD CAD? Anything happening there? pain in the back. It was doing so well earlier on. Brent, anything happening there? Was it still going awry? Hovering. Ugh. US dollar, Swiss franc. We'll see. Well, at the moment, not too pretty, but it comes right. What's NZD USD doing? NZD USD doing? Not terrible, but none of them particularly in profit at the moment, but they were earlier on, so maybe changes tune later on this afternoon. Thank you, Vilna. Yeah, I looked this morning and I changed my mind, to be honest. That's why I didn't bring it up just now. That's the reason. Hang on. That's the one. I thought if the 200 could hold, it might maybe guts coming off, didn't, but it didn't. As you can see, it's jumped up there. It's broken through. So at the moment, I was looking for a short on that, but that's not confirmed. I think it's a bit too high to buy it, and that's why I didn't bring it up this morning. But I did have a look at this morning on my own before I came to see you guys. And yeah, I thought, no, it's not offering the opportunity or possible opportunity at the moment. I'm going to have a look at that again on Monday. But thanks for reminding me, and thanks for being alert to point that out. Yeah. So that was a possibility, but no more. Leave it till Monday at least. Okay, thanks, Phil. Thanks for pointing it out. Reminding me, as I say, to mention it. But to be fair, I hadn't forgotten. That's the reason why I didn't. Okay, any other questions, guys? Before we fold up for the day? I've got a few minutes left. If anyone wants a bit of clarity, I hope people are not too confused. Remember, you all have to know how to operate the platform. When you get the signal, check the signal, see if you like it or not, see if you agree with it. Make sure you get your volumes right, get your calculator for it. Those bits and pieces I've gone on about, but it's very important you retain it because this is vital. You can control that. Market action, no, but you can control position size, exposure, and all that sort of thing. Okay, are we all good then? Thank you very much, Vilna. I sincerely hope so. And I hope you all have a good one. And yeah, catch you guys on Monday. Obviously, when flying, etc., I won't have access to the phone. But otherwise, probably. So it might not be easy. I'm not being rude. If you can't get hold of me, I might be out of contact. So just bear that in mind. But we'll definitely be full on back on Monday. Okay, guys. Thanks very much indeed for your assistance and your interaction and your support. And we'll carry on next week. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. You're a star, Selby. Fantastic. That's what I want to hear. People gaining value. That's vital. It's time you want to feel well spent. Okay. Thank you very much. Cheers.